On June 18, 1940, Winston Churchill gave his first of many speeches which went down in history as one of the greatest speeches of all time. Their finest hour, as the speech was titled, was given about a month after Churchill was sworn in as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. The reason for the speech was that France had recently fallen to Nazi Germany, leaving Britain as Germany's lone adversary left in Europe, as the USA had not joined the war in Europe or Asia yet. Churchill is often considered one of the greatest world leaders and speakers of all time. His speeches were viewed as very effective, and he won over the British people very quickly after being elected Prime Minister. So, without further ado, this is me wrecking his speech given to the British Parliament on June 18, 1940.
All right, here we go. Listen up. The fall of France and rapid German advance have brought us to, a super critical juncture. We are, no joke, facing one of the most challenging periods in our super long history. With our ally defeated, sucks for them, Britain stands alone against the full might of Nazi Germany, which, to me, is pretty spooky. But hey, we can't let ourselves be Debbie Downers or let fear take over. Our resolve and courage are going to be key in the big battles ahead. Yeah, the enemy's super powerful and they have big guns and stuff, but we gotta stay united and meet them head on with lots of determination. Defending our island and the awesome British Empire has gotta be our main focus, bro. We gotta brace ourselves for an invasion and get our soldier dudes ready for any assault on our turf. Now, we have been told that Mr. Hitler has a plan for invading Britain, which is not cool at all. This has been thought of before, though. When Napoleon laid below with his flat-bottomed boats and his grand army, he was told by someone, there are bitter weeds in England. And you know what, mi amigos? He was totally right. We are the bitterest weeds, and we for darn sure aren't going down without one heck of a fight. The Royal Navy is going to play a crucial role also, my guys. They're not the bench warmers anymore. They're at the forefront of everything. We will be keeping the flow of essential supplies going, making sure our peeps and armies are prepared and defended. The Royal Air Force is also up in the sky, flying around and keeping those Nazi bums away. No doubt, support from the US of A would come in super clutch right about now. We gotta work together to strengthen our defenses and share important information. But at the end of the day, it's on us to bring the heat, you know what I mean? Now Hitler and his cuckoo crew think they can break our spirits and take over? Yeah, that's a bunch of baloney, man. We're not backing down, my friends. We gotta hold our ground and defend our home, homie. We gotta stay ready for whatever's coming our way, you know? Beaches, landing grounds, beaches, fields, streets, beaches, hills, and especially beaches. You name it, we're gonna go there and we're gonna duke it out. Our peeps gotta be ready, and we gotta be prepared to take on the enemy with everything we've got. If we stay tight as a squad, we will come out on top. We gotta support each other and recognize the seriousness of the situation. This is a prime opportunity to show our determination, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. If we do come out on top, it's gonna be a massive victory royale for all the dudes and dudettes who cherish freedom. But if we fail, dude, that would be a massive disaster for the whole world. We can't let that happen, guys. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duties, my friends. And so bear ourselves that, if the British Empire and the Commonwealth last for 1,000,000 bajillion years, men will still say, this was their best time.
In order to wreck this Churchill speech, I wanted to basically do the exact opposite of what he did. Churchill was always very direct and got to the point very quickly with what he wanted to say. He never sugarcoated or beat around the bush. I wanted to do exactly that, trying to say a lot of words without saying anything meaningful at all, and try to just avoid being direct as much as possible. I wanted to use disfluencies to break up the speech, which would hopefully make the audience lose interest in what I was saying. One example of this in my speech was in this portion, where I basically sandwiched the actual part that Churchill said with a bunch of fluff that sounds like it could have been given by a high school football coach in a poorly done movie from the mid-2000s. I also wanted to include a lot of slang terms in the speech, such as dude, peeps, and Debbie Downers. My reasoning behind this was that if Churchill were giving a speech about a massive deadly conflict and used words like dude and peeps, he would lose all credibility and be scrutinized worldwide because of the informal nature of those words. Throughout the speech, I also attempted to implement high-level abstractions which were meant to not be specific to what I was talking about and just kind of add more words without meaning. Finally, I wanted to overall dumb it down, especially at the end, so that I could leave on a poor note. The original speech ended on a strong note that ended with a standing ovation, while mine would have most likely been met with boos and or no reaction at all.